The mosques are overflowing with people today. You can't find a parking spot on Jummah. But 50 years from now, what if there's nobody praying? What if nobody comes?
I came to realize as I grew older that the spaces women inhabit and girls inhabit in a mosque often are reflective of the relevance and the value added that they give to the community, that community leaders seem to believe that they offer. The reality is you're telling women and girls, there's no space in this religion for you.
I look at myself and I look at my children, and the fundamental reality is that we are not connected in the way that our parents were to the mosques. And even for myself, there was a time where I was very connected, but now I struggle to find my place and my role within the community that I'm in.
Because the Muslim community is under a particular type of assault here in the post-9/11 era, that the Muslim community is dealing with problems that others aren't. So Muslims have to double up on how to keep people in the mosque and attract new people. We can't just rely on immigrants to fill the mosque. We've got to have new faces, new blood, new ideas.
The mosque should be a place where everyone comes together. And when I grew up, everybody came to the mosque.
For mosques to function in America, they need to be more than simply a place where people come to make sajda and then go home and then that's it. We have to be a community.
We know this is an issue, we know it's a problem, but we deal with it at a surface level and use all kinds of rosy language around it, as opposed to rolling up our sleeves and digging in deep. And I think people have to take the sober view that this is step one in what's a multi-step process, but it's an absolutely critical step.
Unmosqued study, it's a really interesting phenomenon and dynamic. I think it's very important because it's probably one of the first chances that we start to scientifically look at the phenomena of what's probably been going on for a long time, and that's people, their experiences, beliefs, and their persons being marginalized from the physical mosques and the communities.
I think that in many organizations, changes will be made. They won't be huge at first, perhaps, but small changes will be made to create a more inviting, welcoming community.
And I want to see our mosques be that welcome mat to convene and to nourish and to empower communities. And this study is going to show us all the different elements of that for women, for youth, and for converts. And it's going to break it down into who's doing what's working, what's not working, and how can we all learn from each other.
I hope that this study will identify the best things that various mosques are doing around the country to keep their constituents engaged.
It's really exciting that someone is finally going to be working on something that I think has been a concern and an issue for a very long time.
Empirical data, especially for imams, ministers in the community, is central to the work we do. So time and time again, I find ISPU to be really at the cutting edge of giving real empirical data that's free of emotions. And that really has served us in our community in Boston in creating policy, actually at an institutional level that serves our community better.
So if a mosque in Michigan can learn something from the mosque in California, or from a synagogue in DC, about how to engage millennials, then seeing them apply those best practices is going to be the impact we would like to see. And if we can see that shift, we know that this project has been successful.
I'm most excited about figuring out who's doing this right. Who is really creating the best mosques, the most inviting mosques, the most inclusive mosques, a place where I can go in and say, hey, this is home.